Welcome to the Floridaville Express. This show is hosted and produced by the team at Rocket Ship Consultants, and it's based on our popular podcast, The Floridaville. The Floridaville Express is a condensed show, and each week we highlight people who are making an impact on or in Florida. I'm Joy Tootle. I've been an attorney for over 20 years, and I'm the operations director here at Rocket Ship.
And I'm Rosanna, Catalano, an attorney and founder of Rocket Ship Consultants, a strategic communications firm, and our mission is to launch your business or organization to the next level.
Our guest tonight is Pegine. She is the founder of Power Women Worldwide. She is one of only 8 women in the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame. Macy's named her a women business entrepreneur who rocks. And she was named one of the 50 fastest growing privately owned companies in North Florida. Welcome to the show, Pegine.
I am thrilled to be here. Boy, that opening song just has you move and groove. I am so ready to be here and to fall in love with your audience and have the audience fall in love with Florida.
Well, we love that music, and we were talking about it before the show. So yes, it's got a good groove. Now, you wrote a book called Called to Lead, Success Strategies for Women. What does that mean to you, Called to Lead?
So are called to lead. So it's like the Yodas, right? So there's a Jedi, and Jedis come to Yoda, and so a lot of people call me the Yoda of women. But we work specifically with Jedi women. In other words, I love all women, but I am determined to ensure that the Jedi women, the women who tend to, from usually the time they've been little, raise a hand, I'll do that. Gee, you want to do a show? Come on, I'll do the Floridaville show. Come on, Joy, join me. And Joy goes, I really don't want to do it. All right, I'll do it. It's the woman that keeps on raising her hand and saying, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do it. It's the one when she's not at that board meeting, everybody says, Joy will do it. Ro will do it. And you get the job done. You don't think about it. You just get the job done. And so this was compiled with 17 women from around the world, from Taiwan to England, Australia, all women who have stepped up to the plate and really were called to lead. And they are sharing their stories to mentor, to guide, to infuse heart into those women who oftentimes Jedi women are lonely, right? They're leading and it's lonely because you're the one that said yes and take responsibility. Everybody's just following, but that's who it's for. So that's what Called to Lead is you are propelled. You must, you have to. It's in your DNA. Even if you don't want to, you still have to lead. It drives you crazy and it makes you happy.
Sounds like your book has a very valuable purpose, and sounds like it would speak to a lot of women that I know, actually. Now, your book covers a global market. Why was it important for it to be global?
Women are transforming the world at large. And one of the things that has occurred especially over the last year, because everybody's online and participating in different meetings, the world has become smaller. So many people now are on meetings and meeting people from around the world because they have mutual interests. And so in order for us to make sure that we keep going this momentum, then we needed to ensure that we have the thoughts and ideas from around the world, and we learn from other people, right? Just because we're in Florida, we don't know everything. And we could learn from someone that's in Taiwan. What is she doing over there? And so one of our Taiwan authors is a fascinating woman. She's actually an American who lives in Taiwan, has been there for years, is a Black woman there who has won, get this, the Toastmasters of Taiwan in both Mandarin and in English.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
That's amazing. She's amazing. And she's also works with companies, US-based companies who are trying to do business in China Taiwan and understand the cultural aspects. Well, it was really fascinating to have her be in the book because just her story alone made everybody's mind go, it's bigger than just our own little city, right? We have so much going on. And the same thing goes to what the different areas that we spoke about. Women lead differently, if we haven't noticed, right? It's sometimes when I say that, women will go, duh. And so I wanted to make sure that we covered all the areas. So we have the power of being called to lead, the power of self-mastery in leadership, the power of influential leadership, the power of emotions and the mind in leadership, and the power of leadership love. And so those are the 5 segments. And then there are chapters in there. So because we need it all. We are so deep and so intense in what we do that we need to understand our complexity and our ability to lead in a very different way, which I love. I love that about us.
Now that we've talked about your book, how can folks get a hold of your book, get a copy?
Oh, great. They could get it 2 ways, a couple of ways. They can go, if they want to buy a bulk, which is, I'd love them to do that.
I like that thinking.
They could go to Power Women Worldwide, and right there on the front, we have a link there where you could buy books of 10, because what's happening is some companies and organizations are using them in their women's book clubs to read together and really help out, or they could buy a book there. Of course, you go to Amazon and you could get it on Amazon, on Kindle, Amazon, you could get it on Audible, Amazon, you could get the book, however you want, buy it all 3 ways, because we all drive a lot in Florida. So just listen to it, then read it, then share it.
Now tell me, thank you for sharing that with us, how we can get that book. Now tell me, how do you measure success?
Personally, because I've been around a while, I have a board right here, because after having, what are the successes? What awards are we going to get? Where are we going? Now I have a very, very clear clarity for me about success. So I'm going to read some words. This is how I measure my success on a daily basis and how I go through. Freedom. Do I have freedom? Do I have freedom to do what I want to do, the way I want to do, how I want to do it? Do I acknowledge my choices? Do I have choices in how I do, or do I feel limited in any such way? I want to make sure that I have choices. Am I doing whatever I'm doing? Is it making me orgasmic? Is it making me so exciting to do that it is orgasmic? Do I have bliss? Do I notice my options? Is it easy? I learned a long time ago, if it's too hard, too rough, and trust me, I have done some really hard things. But even my hardest things when I was in flow were easy. To the outside world, it looked hard, but to me, it was just like, boom, 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 it just happened. So am I in flow? Do I trust the process? Do I have enthusiasm, energy, and celebration? And am I attracting, manifesting, and magnetizing? So those are the way I describe success for me. And I do make an assessment every day at the end of the day. Am I feeling that way? Did I do that? Did I achieve that? And when I look at my goals, my calendar, for instance, is it a moment where I can feel that way? So, for instance, being with both of you here and the discussion we had beforehand, and the fact that we know that we're talking to women who are listening and we could touch their hearts, and all of you guys, I know that you're there too. We love you too. We love you too. But to know that, this is joyous. This is exciting. This is great. And we are in service. So that clicks off a bunch of my boxes. And that's what success is for me.
I love it. And I relate to a lot of those words. And I'm going to need to write those down. I'm going to have to rewatch this and write those down, because I like to measure my own success that way. So thank you for that. So let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I want to get a few tips from you on speaking with influence.
Oh, good.
At Rocket Ship Consultants, our mission is to take your organization to the next level. Our team develops strategic communication plans that help entrepreneurs, corporations, associations, and individuals reach new heights. Our consulting team is made up of attorneys with additional experience in journalism, public relations, politics, broadcasting, and advocacy. Let us help you take that dream you have for a podcast or video show and make it into a reality. We can create networking opportunities, educational forums, and interactive conferences to spread your message. Let our team provide you with fresh ideas and inspiration. Rocket Ship Consultants offers a variety of services, so check out our website at rocketshipconsultants.com. Take off with Rocket Ship Consultants and launch your organization with us.
I love that commercial. Just have to tell you, I love that commercial.
Thank you.
I know Lila Jabber that was on it, and I spoke at her Women in Energy conference. So thank you for sharing that, because it made me a big smile.
We are big fans of Lila, and we're actually a sponsor for, our company is the sponsor for this upcoming leadership forum in October. So we're very excited and very involved in that.
Yay! It's awesome. It's just so awesome.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Our guest tonight is Pegine, and she is the leader in speaking, coaching, and consulting. Will you tell us a little bit about your Global Women's Executive Leadership Program?
Absolutely. So the Global Women's Executive Leadership Program was created specifically so that women could have influence, impact, and the ability to inspire others as leaders within companies, organizations, even in politics. We've worked with a lot of women in politics. And what we found was, and I've done years and years of work with the military, we produced what's called situational training exercises, where we created mock situations so that the military could practice their skills of negotiation and cultural engagement and really be prepared for whatever was going to happen around the world. In that time when I was doing that, I still was doing my work on women's leadership and found that a lot of times the women's officers were oftentimes unintentionally giving away their power, giving away, and they all had great rationales, great, wonderful rationale. And I can't curse on here, but it was all BS, because in truth, they had to really be able to own their power. And so I created something called the Global Women's Leadership Executive Program. And it's done with, we work with Walmart. They fly in 60 of their executive women, and we put them in through our paces. I make a mock conference with 7 different scenarios. Women are put in groups of 6, and they have a full journal, and they have to go through these paces. And we get very senior C-suite executives from the company, whoever's bringing in this case would be Walmart, and as well as our volunteer, I pay my role players who then give the women immediate feedback. How did you give away your power? How did you lose influence? How did you lose mission? So you want to hear one of the secrets that we found by women?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
They make up rules. They make up rules all the time about what their bosses expect to them, what their organizations expect from them. And so if they're sent out to lure a potential executive to the company, and it's at a networking event, they are charged all you're supposed to do is find the person, talk to the person, and get them to want to be with the company. But they will go through all kinds of contortions in their heads about, oh, I can't share this about the company. Well, I didn't know that they were the right person, or that I have to look a certain way. And it's all made up rules in their head. So our scenarios, the whole program is let go of those rules and really be yourself, because that's all anybody really wants. Use your innate power and your innate gifts to influence impacts so that people can be attracted to you, rather than you putting up walls and barriers of what you think you should be doing, of what you think that they're thinking of you, and rather be your full self, especially when you're a senior leader. This is critically important. And when for women, what we see a lot of times is because of the series of incidents going through the whole paces, you've been in business long enough time, you've been knocked down long enough, you've been pushed aside long enough that you don't want to take the risks anymore. You're tired of it. So you actually get more, it's almost like you're putting layers between you and others. And the higher rank you go, the more important it is to have less of those barriers, because you already made it. And your authenticity and your caring and your interest in others is so valuable at that point. And so that's what we do with the Global Leadership Initiative. We also do, when I do coaching one-on-one, so all of my, for instance, I get these women politicians, you have to know, one, how to ask money. You have to know how to command a stage. You have to know how to work a room. You have to know how to be in one room, deflect, and be very present, right? And so we put them through the paces. So it's very normal for me with my women to have them curse me out, to yell at me. I hate this. Why do you have to do this? I can't stand it. I quit. And I'm just like, I tell them all from the time, that's the whole point. My job is to make you puke, make you get angry, make you get upset, so you're prepared to own the stage. And that is across the board. So that's what I do. And it works. We actually, at Walmart, we have statistics that show that 60% of the women that went through those paces have become presidents and global VPs of major Walmart enterprises throughout the world. So I'm pretty proud of that.
I love this story. First of all, I love how you say it when you tell the story. Your expressions, and I think, people being authentic is all that we want. We just want people to be real, because I think we can all smell it when it's not. But I love how you're just so matter of fact. You're like, that's right. I torture them, put up with it, and they're better for it.
Yeah, and I let them know, so not I'm definitely not the coach for you if you want me to pat your head. I will absolutely 100% love you. There is no doubt about it. I will love you. I believe in you. I will cheer you on. I will push you, but everybody knows I'm going to push, prod, and provoke you, because I only work with Jedi who are asking to be on a bigger stage in a bigger way. And Ro, you asked me a question, is how do we get women to have influence, right, when they're presenting and speaking?
That's
so
right.
If it's okay with you, I'll answer the question that you asked me that I didn't answer before.
Please.
So here's the thing about owning the stage as a female. There are two key pieces that women traditionally do not own, that if they just own this, it would make a huge difference. That is them going on stage and them going off stage. So usually happens, you're introduced, you come on stage, and you shake the person's hand, and you kind of go to the middle of the stage, or you go to the podium, and you either grab the podium, or you look at everybody and you say, "Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here." Or you look at the stage and, "Wow, what a beautiful audience." You don't really care about that, and they don't want to hear it from you either. We already know that it's good. We don't need you to be nice to us. Now, and I will definitely say it in Florida. OMG, would you all just stop it? You're a professional expert. So when you go out to the audience, out on stage, there's two things that the first time you're going out that is really important. You put your feet 1 foot apart, right? It's really important that you put your feet 1 foot apart, and you take your heels and you plant them into the stage. So you're not on your tippy toes of your heels. You're planting your heels into the ground. It's almost like you're taking ownership of Mother Earth. You're allowing your, if you believe in chakras, your root chakra to get into this. You are stable. You are owning this stage. This is your stage. Now, I always tell people to go to the stage before anybody shows up, especially if it's a big speech. Before anybody shows up, and you go to the middle of the stage, you put your heels on, you go, this is my room. This is my room. And the reason you do that is you want to feel the energy within. You want to own these people, right? So first thing is plant. So plant. Second is get into your speech. Just give a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi to own the room. There is such power when a woman goes 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then talks. She's commanding interest of the crowd. Then at the end, what usually happens is you say, and that's my story. And people go, and then you walk off. What is that? You never walk off. What you do as a woman, now I'm going to get you Ro and Joy to do this because it's hard for women to do this, okay? But you have to do this. Just take your hands and put them out like this. This is called the Jesus pose. When you are finished, you put your hands like this and you wait until they stop. They applaud, they applaud, they applaud. You wait. You go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. You bow, and then you go off. Lawyers, I love you very much. But you ladies have to command this stage. And what happens it's only 2 states that this happens. Florida is one of them. For some reason, we train people not to give ovations and applause. We do this really nice thing. Oh no, you command you just gave your all. You command. This is commanding. You just own it. Now I coach and I've worked with women generals and admirals, and one is she's a Marine general, and she wasn't comfortable doing that. But she was comfortable just standing there at full attention and going 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. The audience needs time to catch up to the words you just said. And too often people say what they say and then scurry off like a little mouse without allowing the audience to give gratitude to you, to appreciate you, and to catch up to the words and what you just said, because you want time to hear it and see it. And those are 2 ways.
I love that. So you've got to give them time to absorb your fabulousness.
Absolutely.
And then give it back. I like that. I like that.
And the reason everybody runs off the stage is it has nothing to do with the audience. That's the problem. It has to do with your uncomfortableness of being on stage. So right away, you break the illusion of you being an influential person when you run off the stage.
What you're saying makes perfect sense. But yeah, I think the nerves and everything else, people are just so happy to be finished speaking that they rush off the stage.
Right. And that's why I say, you've got to count. I have everybody actually write it in their speech. Stop, hold, 1 Mississippi, count. 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Big smile. I have people write in their speeches in brackets, pause, big smile, because what we end up doing when we're really intense about what we do, and I'm sorry for everybody watching, but what happens is as we get older, we tend to have a face that looks like this. And we really think we're smiling. We really do. We really think that we are. And if people say to you, why are you angry? Are you upset? And you're like, no, I'm really happy. What are you talking about? It's because your face is looking like this. You might feel happy, but until they see your smile, they don't know that you're happy. So you have to be like you're at your wedding the whole time that you're around. Hello, how are you? Hi, how you doing? I have a big thing on my camera here. I have where I'm pointing right now, just above it, I have a big piece of paper that says, big smile. Look here.
I can't wait to end our show like this tonight. I don't know about you, Joy.
Oh,
We're ending it like this. We're going to count to 3, and then I'll end it.
Oh, excellent advice. In your most recent book, Called to Lead: Success Strategies for Women, one of your action steps is for your readers to build their confidence. So tell us a little bit more about your Confidence Karma online course.
Great. So I wrote a song called Confidence Karma. You can go on YouTube and go Confidence Karma Pegine, and you'll see the song. And it's about the 4 areas specifically for women that we want them to have confidence. Competence, prominence, dominance, and presence. So competence is what you do. And most women, we don't have a problem with that. We get the job done, give it to me. We don't even complain about the Joe Schmo that's not doing the work that you're doing for him because you're just trying to get the job done, right? But we just do. So competence is really not the big issue, right? Prominence, being seen, being heard, being bold, and being brave is a challenge because we believe that there is a fairy godmother that notices. We believe that there's some sort of fairy godmother that's going, na, 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 na. Here's joy. Here's your promotion. Na, 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 na. Oh, Ro, let me give you that raise. Na, na.
I'm okay with that. I'll take your gift.
Exactly. That's what everybody really wants. But the truth of the matter is prominence is saying, I'm good at what I do and I want to negotiate. I don't need to know what everybody else's salary is. That's not my issue. My issue is I deserve to be paid well for what I do. And that comes from prominence. So prominence is being on a show like this and being able to say, I was on, the Florida Express. I was on the show and talking about our company or organization, or that, I was just featured in Real Leaders magazine. Look at what Real Magazine leaders did. What did they share? So my promise, it's not a brag. It's I'm being acknowledged for what I've done or what I know. And therefore, it's important for my organization and those people that are with me to understand the prominence that I bring, because whatever I bring is I'm bringing back. So for Florida, it's important. Yes, I'm a Florida author that has global presence. I think that's pretty significant, and it deserves to be acknowledged, not because I'm so, but Florida is, why not have some good press, right? So prominence, presence is, again, that piece of confidence that I own the stage, I own the room. I always tell women who are going they're working in C-suite, maybe they're going to do a pitch to the C-suite board of directors. Go into that room before anybody arrives. And I want you to go and touch the back of the chairs. I call it swiping. I want to swipe the back of the chairs. Yes, I own this chair. Oh, yes, I own this chair. I am. I always tell women, I want you to imagine yourself as a dominatrix of that room. You are going to play with me. You are going to play with me. And you're going to do exactly what I want. So we practice to swipe the chair before they go in of a big pitch. Of course, they're also preparing. And of course, please go and talk to all those people before you ever pitch in a big room. Do the sales before you go for the pitch. And the other part about that is, is dominance. And women tend to go, dominance, I hate that. You don't want, I don't not asking you to dominate anybody. I want you to dominate your mind. I want you to dominate your mind to say, I'm worthy. I'm strong. I'm confident. I'm clear. I'm ambitious. Yes, I am ambitious. I love being ambitious. I love that I'm a Jedi that's ambitious. Yes, I want to win. Yes, I want to win for my organization. Yes, I want to win for the women that I work with. Yes, of course I do. So do you. That's who I am. So I teach women, and I want women to be thinking about it. So we have mantras like be bold, be brave, be seen, be heard, and be paid well. You know, we have another one that goes, be feisty, be fearless, be focused, have fun. Because we need to be thinking these things rather than, oh my gosh, what are they going to think of me? Oh, what they think of you is none of your business. What you think of you is all of your business. I'll say that one more time because
yes, I was about to say so the people in the back can hear.
Let me
say
just.
it one more time.
I'm a loud girl from the Bronx. So what you think of me is none of my business. What I think of me is all of my business. So I must think of myself as the woman that I choose to be. So Confidence Karma, when they go on, we have a confidencekarma.online. When you go to that, you know, you get the song, I did it's an hour program speech about confidence karma, understanding what presence, dominance, prominence, and competence means, so that you can really solidify for yourself who and what you are and how you can be in the world. And I think it's like $35. Like, seriously, people, that's like taking me out to the lunch. Well, maybe it's for breakfast. Depends where we're going. It depends where we go. If we're going to a fish camp, it might be breakfast to lunch.
So if we want to be bold and be brave and aggressive and paid well, how do we get in touch with you?
Easy. Go to powerwomenworldwide.com. You can reach me at info at pegine.com. You can find me on, just do Pegine Power. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere, and Clubhouse, if you're on Clubhouse. So just reach out to me. And if you are organizing speeches, programs, you're bringing in keynote speakers, you want to bring in keynote speakers to your companies, organizations, or your association, do not hesitate to also give me a call at 904-280-8806. But don't hesitate to find me online at Power Women Worldwide, because I only want to go if you want me to kick butt with your women, because they deserve it.
Pegine, this has been an absolute pleasure meeting and speaking with you tonight. We are just thankful that you joined us. Well, that wraps up tonight's episode of the Floridaville Express. Be sure to tune in on Monday nights at 8 p.m. to catch our show live. And remember, you can watch previous episodes of the Floridaville Express on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. And next week, we're going to speak with attorney and insurance expert Fred Karlinski.
Also, don't forget, if you have been wanting to create a video show or a podcast like this one, we can help you with that. Our company, Rocket Ship Consultants, can strategize with you and help you launch your multimedia shows or events. Video shows and podcasts are an excellent way to add tremendous value to your business or organization by extending your reach and showcasing your expertise and your credibility. We're also accepting new sponsorships for both the Floridaville and the Floridaville Express shows. Sponsorships create positive, long-term brand awareness and introduce your brand to new audiences. We have a number of different sponsorship packages to fit your budget. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Woo!